Hello everybody, I'm Ernest. Well, we're here in San Francisco on the second day, and that what you see in the distance is Alcatraz. It's covered by fog, but we'll be heading that way shortly. So today we're going to be doing Alcatraz, and then after Alcatraz we have a bus tour. Looks to be like a double-decker bus tour where we're going to be going around the city and seeing various sites. But right now we have a little time to kill right before the actual tour starts, and we're going to go check this area out. I'm not really sure what it's called, but we're here. This is where you can view the sea lions. I see a sign in the distance that says Fisherman Grotto. I don't know if that's what this area is called. We just passed Pier 39, so we're close to Pier 39. I'll find out here in a little bit. So here we have a World War II submarine. Interesting. I don't think I've ever been this close to a sub before. As you can see, it's still floating. It's not anchored of any way. It is the USS Panito. Is that how you say it? I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. They got some old music running in the background, and it's an actual tour that you can take. You can actually get on this boat. Wow, World War II. Can you imagine this being going all over the world, underwater with human lives in it, fighting a war? That is something else. This is a submarine propeller. This is a battery cell. I've always been fascinated by the subs. Still has his guns on the back. Cool. A lot to see around it. Right here where you get onto Alcatraz boat ride. There is all kinds of tourist spots around here. So this is the sub right here, and right in the background is the is Alcatraz.
Do you?
Very cool. So we came back to Pier 39. I've heard a lot about Pier 39. I guess it's the most popular pier, maybe. I don't know. We didn't find the sea lions. Are there sea lions at the end of this pier? I don't know. There's all types of restaurants. You know, the typical tourist stuff. Oh, look, Biscoff Coffee Corner. I love their cookies that they have. Bubble gum, boudin. Pier seems to be pretty large. Oh, there's a carousel at the end of it. So here is the carousel. This reminds me of the carousel we used to have in San Antonio. There was a mall in San Antonio, and they had a carousel like this. And when they tore down the mall, they a church bought it, and now it's in a church. All right, so we're at the end of Pier 39, and there's Alcatraz in the background. Just ends like this. And Alcatraz. The highlight for today, I think. Hopefully. It's super foggy out there. I can't even zoom in on it. We'll just leave it at that. One thing that's here also right next to this sculpture is a World War II some type of vessel that you can get on it. It's also like a museum tour boat. Looks like a freighter or something like that. Not really familiar with it. Okay, so we made it to the welcome of the Alcatraz Tours. Here's what it would look like if the fog wasn't covering it. Al Capone was, it looks like Alcatraz has got me licked. He finally couldn't get out. Break the rules and you go to prison. Break the prison rules and you go to Alcatraz. Alcatraz was notorious for being a rough place to be. It would be fitting and symbolic that ships from all over the world entering the Golden Gate would first see Indian land and thus be reminded of the true history of this nation. These 5 words seem written in fire on the walls of my cell. Nothing can be worth this. Sounds like a man from George Machine Gun Kelly regrets, I guess, his actions. So here they have a model of Alcatraz. Looks very elaborate model here. I would imagine a lot of hard, cold nights were spent here. So Alcatraz, I think, started as a military fort, and these are some of the examples of the cannons that were used to protect it, the bay, during the Civil War. I don't know if California was Confederate or what? God, I can't escape them. The blue coats. What's the name of them? Forget. Anyway, I don't know what side they were fighting on. That's the boat that we're going to be getting on to go out there to the island. Right across the street from this Alcatraz place, you have the Colts Tower. Our boat is departing. The people coming back from Alcatraz, and we're fixing to board.
Watch your step and hold on to a handrail, especially when going up or down stairwells. For your attention, please. We are now approaching a dockside landing. If you are seated, please remain.
No, they come back every 30 minutes. You can just,
Anyone.
whichever one.
Have you fed together?
birds, feathers, flowers, rocks. Everything here has to stay here. And mentioning those birds, it is nesting season. Please give plenty of space and respect to our wildlife. There's nesting next to the lighthouse. Food and drink other than water is only allowed down here, but bottled water is...
So we're heading up the hill to get, there's the audio tour evidently is up this hill. Those red and white fleets, those are the boats that take you on just a boat tour of the harbor, explaining the history here. Evidently there was some kind of Indians, Native Americans that I guess were here in 69 or something, and they took over the island for a while. I don't know. We'll find out. Going up the hill is quite a challenge. There's it's not too bad if you're healthy enough. There is a tram that will take you up the this pathway. The views are spectacular here. A lot of seagulls, and smells very fishy around here. Yeah, these are the residents of the island now. All right, so we're going into Alcatraz and getting the audio players. That's what they're calling them, and then I guess we take a little tour around. Let's find out. So here's where you get your headsets. Some stuff here, like blankets and stuff that I guess you would hand out to the inmates. I don't know if this is where they originally came in. These are all shower heads right here. Soap dishes, I guess. And you would take a shower right here. Maybe this is where you would end process. Not sure. Okay, so we're given this headset. This is the controller. You have the earphones on. And it says it says tour starts here, so I guess that's where you press the play button as you walk along the prison. And as soon as you walk in, you're in the cell house. So there's one of the cells. Pretty sparse. Not sure where they would sleep, on the floor. Not sure how it lays out. It looks kind of, I don't see bedding. These are the correction officers here. So as we're walking, the prisoners on the pictures are talking. This is called a cutoff. This area is called Broadway. It says 113. So this is a typical cell. Okay, so as we're going to each cell, this audio box is telling us some history of the people that are in here and the different cells and how they look like. And there would be like a book of rules and regulations on the table there, so that each new inmate could be informed. So we're gonna go on out of this area into the next. Here's some of the inmates. So I guess they had a recreation yard where they could play, look like baseball for the most part, and other sports. So we come back out in the yard. So this was the recreational area. This is where they could play sports, handball, dominoes, baseball. Not very big. Big area. Let's go back inside. It's kind of hard to listen to what the headset is telling me and to make a video. But we're gonna go back inside. But that was the recreational yard. Now we're gonna go into another area. But the first part is just basically explaining how hard the time was. I think we go in here D block. This is D block. They called it the treatment unit. So this D block is where people were sent that were misbehaving, and you were locked up 24 hours a day. You were taken out once a week to shower and exercise, although the cells are bigger than the other ones and are considered to be nicer. And that was 42 units of them here. But this was in D block was considered for people that were disorderly. So this area here with these doors in front of them is called the hole. So this was even another level of confinement for the truly bad people. I was reading the sign. This is where the famous Birdman was kept in this area, and they say all the other prisoners were saying how creepy he was. So now we're in the library section. And then here they would keep the books. You would come and get the books, and if you had the privilege to read, it was a privilege, and you could get your books right here. Now we're back out into the cell block. So that box against the wall was where the prisoners could have headsets and plug into the wall there and listen to the radio. And they had two stations, one on top and one on bottom, if you can notice the different holes there on the box. I thought they didn't have heating or air conditioning, but I see these heating radiators, these steam radiators. So I guess they had heat, because this area gets really cold. So this area here is vegetation. There's 4 windows, and the prisoners call it peeking place, is what the person talking in my ear is saying. This is Broadway. This is the space in between the cells, all the utilities in between the cells. So this is a cell of the person that faked. They put a dummy in the bed like there is right now, and then the guards found out that it was a dummy, I guess, in the morning, and There was an escape that was done in 1962. So this area is the dining hall, and they said that it was rigged with tear gas canisters. So if there was ever a riot broke out, it would spray tear gas in the dining hall, because everybody had spoons, knives, and forks. So they were, but supposedly they never had to use the tear gas. So this is where they cook the meals. This is one of the views out of the dining room windows. They had a nice views, but they could never leave. So this is a photo of the last day of Alcatraz when the prisoners left March 21st, 1963. They're marching them out. And John F. Kennedy was the one of the guys that decided to close Alcatraz permanently. All right, so that was the end of the jailhouse tour. Now we're in the gift shop, and they have a lot of merchandise stuff you can buy. Merchandise. Let's see what else we're gonna do. So it just so happens this guy right here up on the wall, the last living member of Alcatraz, William Baker, he is signing his books. So he actually was a I remember I said that wrong, a prisoner here, and now he's selling his books and probably living out his dream. He got away with the perfect crime. So now we're on the outside, and this is a light tower. So this was also used as a lighthouse for navigation. It just happens to be in a good place. And this building right here, this the dilapidated building, is, I think, the warden's house. This is where he would live. Yeah, I guess him and his family. So it was the military, when it was a military base, this was the house for the commander from 1922 to 1933, and then in 34 when it became the prison to the closing of 63 is where the warden would live. It's actually a really nice view of the city over here. A bridge there, and on this side over here is the Golden Gate Bridge. You can see it in the fog line right over there. So we were walking around the island. The outside of the cell block is right there. The prison itself isn't that big.